Hi, I'm Daryl with ReadyLIFT Suspension. We're here to talk about our 2019 GM 4-inch SST kit. One of the things to look for in our kit here is we have our new fabricated upper control arms. When you're achieving a 4-inch lift, you have to have the correct length on that. So we've added the length to the arms that is required. Not only that, we also gusset our control arms. That's very important, especially when you have the cup out here. We also repositioned the cup angles, so that way your ball joint still retains the factory position, and that way your suspension can still flow freely just like it did when it was a stock unit. On top of that, we have our new incorporated bushings. It's a TCT bushing. It is a PTFE lined bushing. There's no maintenance on that. That allows this to have a free flow through the cycling of the suspension. What that does is it eliminates the friction and the wear that you would get on the inside of a bushing or factory bushings on that. So we have that, and it's also gnarled on the end, so that way it helps hold the alignment on the GMs. So that's one of the major improvements that we've done on the control arms is the new bushings. On top of that, you'll notice that we have a stud that's here. This is for your factory ABS. Just relocate it onto the new upper control arm, and you're good to go on that end. Also, what we did do differently on the 19 is we have a preload spacer that goes on the factory strut. This will be simply installed on the lower portion of the strut, put the coil back on. We have our top mount fabricated steel spacers that are tapered. This will allow to keep the factory geometry, so that way the strut can cycle through the suspension as it did when it was a stock unit. On the rear, we use a simple shock extension. This will just bolt onto your factory shock, and then it goes back into the factory position. So that way you can retain your factory shocks front and rear, so you have a matching set. And then lastly, we'll raise the rear up with our factory style cast iron blocks. This is a total height of 3 inches on the block, but this also replaces your factory block that has a small lift on it already. So you achieve your lift with that in the rear, plus we give you some new U-bolts. To learn more about that, please visit www.readylift.com. Click on the YouTube channel. You can see this great video on our SST kits along with all the other suspension lines that we have for Ford, Chevy, Dodge, Toyota, and Jeep. Thank you.